Sunday. Welcome to Working on a Railroad. We've done a lot of scenery work, lots of scenery work, and I'm pulling into the last piece that's open up here. If you look at the layout, there's a big open spot here that you still see bare wood. That's the roads. And in the past, you've seen that I've done templates. I've cut out plastic sheet for the roads. Well, I went ahead and I painted all my roads. And I'm going to get them down onto the layout, show you in this video how I painted them, how I weathered these to make them look a little more realistic, and hopefully we'll get all the roads down today. All right, I'm here at the airbrush booth, and what I have is I have the sections of road that I made out of gray styrene plastic, and you see the side's shiny. It's not primed or painted. I've primed gray on most of the road surfaces, and what I'm doing now is I'm taking my airbrush right here and I'm spraying in dark shading. I've scribed lines where there's breaks in the concrete, done some cracks and things like that. Now I'm going to paint some shading in. And I'm going to paint a dark shade of gray all around the edges and where the cracks are, or the seam lines in the concrete. Okay, so I'm going to start up the air compressor. It's going to make some noise, but check it out. Like I say, I'm just spraying dark gray right in these areas where there's breaks in the concrete and around the edges. And when I'm done all this, when I'm done all the dark shades, I'll let it dry. Then I'll go back and I'll mix up a lighter gray and spray it into these areas as a highlight and just cut back on some of the dark shade. So here are all the pieces of road with primer and then a dark shade painted around all the surfaces. Okay, so the next step when we do these roads will be to cut back this dark shade. And I'm going to take, what I did was I mixed gray primer or surface primer from Ammo with some black primer, about half and half, to get the dark color. And I painted that in. Now I'm going to take the straight primer color and just repaint here, and you'll see what I do. Alright, so I have my gray mixed up. I'm going to start painting around this dark gray. Turn the compressor on. A little more difficult to see what I'm doing now because it's a lighter color. But what I'm doing is just chasing back the gray so that it's in the dark areas but not all over the place. So I'll do this to all my different pieces. I'll just go back and I'll cut the gray back. It's just a matter of feel. You do it until you think it looks good. Just remember that gray is a shadow area, so you want to get it cut back. Like that. These smaller panels will give you a better idea. I can do one really quick and it'll give you an idea how I'm trying to blend these dark shades into the others. You can see the difference. It takes patience and a deft eye. You have to be very careful not to take too much out. See how the cracks in the corners jump out when I hit the lighter color around them. They're scribed lines. I scribed those with a scriber. It's basically a cutting tool that's sharpened to a point, drag along the surface. There you go. Gives you an idea of what we're trying to accomplish. Make it look like concrete. So here's the road system or concrete installed before we put on any lines, any yellow, white lines. You can see what a difference the shading makes. Airbrushing in the dark shades and so forth really brings out all the detail. You can see all the cracks in the roads. Good stuff. I have my glasses on because we're going to do some pinstriping. You can see how thin this pinstripe is. What we're doing is, and I put one piece down already, we're putting a pinstripe down, double yellow pinstripe or traffic line in the middle of our main road. So I've marked off the center of this and gone to a little bit to either side of it. What I'll do is I'll just basically take my pinstriping tape, find that line, and just start laying this down right next to it. Get ourselves a nice double line. And I'll just take this all the way down and do my other roads too. We'll look at it when it's done. So we were literally on the road today. We did lots of things with our roads. I showed you how to paint them, how to put dark shades in and highlights. Then I went ahead and I used pinstriping to put down the yellow divider line down the main street through town. And I took some white pinstriping, as you can see here, and did some divider lines and parking lot lines on some of the buildings. I made a little stop area here, and I used dry transfer lettering, Woodland Scenics dry transfer lettering, to do the stop. And what I'll do now is go on to painting the buildings, and we'll see where it goes from there. So stay tuned. Come back next Sunday, AAA Hobbies in Magnolia, New Jersey, and check out the display layout.